Hey y'all, what's up? This is Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 8, episode 14, I believe. I'm still in my room, just a little change. I'm just at a different angle. I know y'all probably used to seeing the curtain behind me, but my grandparents they came yesterday for my aunt's viewing, and my granddad he was messing with shit. And he tried because the curtain was already kind of coming down, like the little bar that holds it up, and he was trying to fix it, but yeah, it's still out of whack right now. So I gotta wait for my mom to fix it. But yeah, so that's why I'm sitting on this side of the bed instead. But just in case anybody was wondering. But anyways, all right, let's just get into it. So the group has they're still in Jamaica, by the way. They go to Kingston, Jamaica. Everybody minus Kenya. You know what I'm saying? They're surprised to see Mal. Cynthia's sister there and everything. Um, Cynthia tells the group about the confrontation. Hold on, y'all. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Okay. Um, she tells him about the little confrontation she had with Kenya and everything, and she was like, somebody went back and told her, misconstrued what I said pretty much, and was saying that I was denying our friendship, and that's not what I was saying at all. I just was saying that we wasn't best friends and all this stuff. And Sheree was like, well, I was, the person that kind of went back and told her what was said at the table and everything. And, Cynthia feels some type of way about it. She was like, if you're going to go back and tell stuff, you need to tell it right or whatever, this, then, and third. I mean, we'd already said how we felt about Cynthia and what she said, but we ain't going to, we ain't going to go back into that vote. Um, they show a scene with Kenya and Matt. They're in this hot tub thing or whatever, and she tells her side of things or whatever about Cynthia. Um, Cynthia, she starts getting emotional and starts saying that she does care about Kenya, that she does consider Kenya her friend. It's just not on the best friend level or whatever, and she starts crying and saying how everybody's friendship is different. And on that aspect, yeah, that is true. Everybody's friendship is different. You know what I'm saying? Um, she was saying that, just like how my friendship is different with you, Phaedra, you, Sheree, and just naming all the girls, but she didn't, say Kim's name. So Kim, she make a little joke or whatever. She was like, you didn't include me in the list, like you forgot about me and whatever, da da da. And Cynthia was like, well, you guys get the idea of what I'm saying or whatever. But I thought that was, kind of cute. Kim try to, bring a little light to the situation or whatever. Um, what else happened? Sheree was like that, maybe when Kenya calms down, maybe you should tell her what you're telling us. You know what I'm saying? Because, Cynthia didn't really get to say, what she was saying to, them on the bus because, by then Kenya was just kind of, over it. So, Nene, she was like that, she was going to volunteer. She was like, we should have like a little outing or whatever. And she was going to volunteer to go up to Kenya's room and invite her and everything so things could be worked out or whatever. And, so they arrive to their destination and, they meet Peter's aunt and uncle, and they're eating food. Well, the aunt thought that Mal was Peter's wife because she never met Cynthia before. But then Mal was like, oh, no, that's his wife right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fixing to be married to this broke ass motherfucker. I'm playing y'all for somebody get mad. But but no, you know, they start they she they're very welcoming to everybody and everything, and they go and start eating food or whatever. Now they did have some fish there that had the eyes still on it. I was like, I don't like no fish with no eyes and shit on it. I don't know about that. But yeah, the rest of the food looked, pretty good or whatever. Um, Peter starts telling stories from his childhood, and like he said he thought for a while his name was Elvis because that's what everybody was, was calling him or whatever for whatever reason. And he talks about one time when he had got in trouble with his dad and everything, and his dad whacked him upside the head or whatever, and he was like, that's the only ass whooping he got or whatever. And Nene was like, oh, like, so Peter was a good boy growing up, he only got whooped one time. Like, she was like, what happened? She was saying this in her confessional or whatever. And they start talking about the Marshall. And you know Nene said, Nene, she was like, and we all could take the shades after we're done. Cynthia was like, hold the hell on, I don't know about taking the shades or whatever. She was like, Cynthia was like, hell to the no on that one. The girls have their outing, and the guys, they have their, separate. They have separate outings or whatever. Nene decides to go to Kenya's room like she said that she was. And they started joking around a little bit and everything. And not Cynthia. Kenya was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ordered a sandwich or whatever. And Nene was like, oh, well, here you go, holding her hand out and everything. And so, it was good to see them joke around or whatever. Nene says she doesn't have a problem with Kenya or whatever. I don't know, you was kind of acting a little shady even before the trip in regards to Kenya. So, yeah, but, I mean, whatever. Kenya expresses herself to Nene about the situation and everything. And Nene says that Cynthia, thinks very highly of her. And, she was like that Cynthia cried and everything, and Kenya was like, she cried or whatever. And Nene was like, she was like, yeah, she cried and everything, and she just wants, she feels very highly about you or whatever. So I mean, Kenya decides to come down or whatever, and Cynthia, she apologizes if it came off like as if she didn't care about Kenya and everything, because she does care about her, this, that, and the third. And pretty much Kenya forgives her or whatever. She, and they ask her if she's going to participate in the Marshall. She agrees to participate. So she say. We gonna get to that in a minute though. We get the guys talking or whatever. They're asking Matt 1,000,001 questions about his age and him having kids and all this other stuff. And Peter was like that Matt was acting kind of standoffish, and he said Greg was the one, I think, who asked him about the whole kids or whatever. And Matt had said something to Greg. I forgot what he had said, but it was kind of like he was kind of popping off a little bit. So Peter started popping off and was like, that damn Peter, I tell you. He started popping off, talking about some, hold up, slow your roll, youngin, slow your roll, this, that, and the third or whatever. And he like, we just met you and everything, this, that, and the third. And it's just kind of like, I mean, the questions they was asking, I mean, I probably would have felt annoyed too, because it's kind of like you just getting to know me, and it just, I mean, I don't know. It did seem like they was really trying to grill him, and just, you know what I'm saying, for somebody that y'all don't even really care about for real, for real. Don't none of y'all motherfuckers care about Kenya like that, to be grilling him. And we want to keep it all the way real, but what else happened in that conversation? Matt was like, let's take that walk though. And Peter talking about you could take that walk or whatever. I'm not about to say you. He was like, you could walk off just like your girl. I said, nah, Peter, you knew he was gonna kick your old ass. That's why you didn't want to take that walk. and you know the nigga work out. That's why your ass ain't want to take that walk, or you want to keep it all the way funky. But anyway, so they go back to the girls, and Kenya, no, not Kenya. Well, they started talking about Kim's husband and everything, because Kim was not, at this little outing or whatever. I guess she started getting stuff ready for the Marshall or whatever, and Nene was like that. Chris has more personality than Kim does and everything, which is true. He does have more personality than her, and they, Portia was calling him delegate. Am I saying the word right? Delegate. I still feel like I'm not saying it, but y'all know what the fuck she said. She was calling him that or whatever, and like they just all was saying a whole bunch of shit about him and everything, in reference to his sexuality. And then that's when Kenya pretty much was like, well, I know y'all heard, they call him Chrissy or whatever, and they all like, what? Stop it! No, like, okay, whatever, with the dramatics and everything. And like, somebody was like, how you know that or whatever, and like Kenya was like, I've been in this industry many years or whatever, and people been calling him Chrissy and all this stuff, and been saying, of course, he gay or whatever. And Cynthia and Sheree both feel like it's inappropriate to have this conversation about somebody's husband or whatever. And Cynthia was like, they're crossing lines that she ain't about to cross with their asses, pretty much. She like, look, she doing my commercial. Y'all bitches ain't about to sit up here and get me tied into this bullshit. But at the same time, though, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Cynthia or Sheree could have been a little bit more vocal and told them that maybe this conversation was inappropriate or whatever, because y'all was still listening to it, even though y'all felt like it was inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Maybe because they still don't really know Kim like that or whatever, I guess, to be kind of saying like, hey, like, don't, you shouldn't be talking about her and her marriage or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like maybe one of them should have, put an attempt to stop the cackling between the girls about her husband or whatever. But yeah, like I said, Sheree just sitting around waiting, collecting all the information she can so she can go back and tell Kim. They said, they been saying that Sheree is the one who's the troublemaker, going back and telling everybody shit, which is true. But Sheree been like this. This ain't nothing new with Sheree. She been like this even when she was on as a full-time housewife. So this ain't nothing new with her. But anyway, so moving on, Kim is setting up for the shoot or whatever. Cynthia arrives, and I think Mallory arrives with her as well, and also Peter. And, she lets Kim know about the girls might be in. She don't know what time they gonna come or whatever. Kim is like, that's cool, we just gonna fit them in for last or whatever. She was like, I ain't known y'all that. She was like, I ain't know that y'all. She was like, I ain't known y'all that long, but I mean, I know how y'all roll when it comes to being on time to shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Cynthia, she starts doing her scene and everything. And Cynthia is looking, of course, beautiful. And, doing her modeling poses and everything. And, Kim is just, just such an awe with her or whatever. She was like, I want to be Cynthia Bailey when I grow up. She telling one of the people or whatever. They all, hold up. Oh, okay, yeah. So so the weather starts kind of getting bad or whatever. It starts getting cloudy and everything. It starts thundering a little bit. But the rest of the cast, they're on their way or whatever. They're on the little bus or whatever, and they're reading the call sheet and everything that Kim had, and she's criticized. Kenya is criticizing the call sheet because Kim didn't have like emergency people on there or whatever, like emergency hospitals and all this other stuff that I guess a call sheet's supposed to have. I'm not an expert at this kind of stuff, so I wouldn't know. But I mean, the stuff that she was saying that should have been up there, it did seem to make sense though. But then she also felt some type of way because Kim didn't put her in the call sheet and everything, and she talking about some Kim still slighting me and all this stuff. No, I don't think she was slighting you. I just think, I mean, the last time we knew, well, she knew you weren't gonna be in the commercial, so she probably made this call sheet not knowing that you was gonna be in it. I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm just saying. So anyways, and then also too, I mean, for her to sit up here and say, it's amateur, and of course, because it's amateur because it's 2D and all this other stuff. I was like, girl, bad. I mean, it's obviously gotten her the positions that she's gotten over these last, over 20 years, so she can't be doing that much wrong. But anyways, the girls show up and everything. Kim pretty much tells everybody their position or whatever in the commercial. Kenya, she out at sea with Matt or whatever, and they all pretty much looking at Kenya like, oh, I thought you was going to be supportive of your so-called BFF and everything. And even Cynthia was like, Kenya said she was going to do this commercial and everything, but yet she's not really participating or whatever. She was like, I don't know what's going on with her. She was like, yeah, thanks BFF or whatever. And it's kind of like, I mean, I felt Cynthia on that because like, Kenya, we was in regards to this situation, we was on your side last week, and you made all this fuss and was in your feelings because you felt like Cynthia slighted you and everything in regards to y'all friendship. And then she sit up here and cry for you and everything and whatever, and you agree to be in the commercial. Now you want to sit up here and not participate. Probably, I guess, because you felt some type of way because Kim didn't put you on the motherfucking paper. So fucking what? If you say that Cynthia is your so-called friend and y'all made up after have that misunderstanding, it shouldn't matter whether Kim put you on that sheet or not. You should have still been like, well, my name wasn't up there, but I'ma still do this because it's about Cynthia. It's not about Kim at this point. It's about Cynthia, and you claim Cynthia your friend and everything. Well, but anyways, whatever. They get the scene with Bob or whatever, Sheree's ex-husband. He acting so silly or whatever, and they all like, damn, like, I kind of want to do my scene over. Bob was having a ball with his, Kenya and Matt, they have a conversation to the side or whatever, and she asks how he's liking the girls so far. He says that the girls are cool and everything, but and she asks about the guys or whatever, and he threw a little shade talking about some guys. I ain't been nothing but around a bunch of women since I've been here or whatever. So he lets her know that he got into a little disagreement with the guys and everything, and he lets it be known he did kind of get a little bit aggressive with Peter or whatever. He felt like maybe he got too aggressive, and he felt like he was wrong on that part, whatever. And I thought that was cool though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, that damn Peter though, I can't really blame Matt too much because that motherfucker got a mouth. That damn Peter always trying to buck up at somebody just because he Jamaican and he from New York. And don't nobody say nothing if y'all from New York, because I got plenty of family and people that I know that's from New York. So I'm just saying. But yeah, so they're all celebrating. They're pretty much, wrapped up for the commercial, whatever. So they're all loud and, just having fun and celebrating, just finishing the commercial. And Kenya going to sit here and talking about some, oh my God, they're so loud and da da and all this stuff. Like, bitch, y'all in open fucking field. Ain't like y'all in the building somewhere or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Making a whole bunch. No. Y'all are in open space. They're happy because they just finished the commercial that you wasn't a part of. And honestly, I think you felt some type of way because they all sitting up here having a good time, this, that, and the third, and you and Matt sitting over there like some negative Nancy's. Anyways, so Portia, Oliver, he comes to see her or whatever. Well, he comes on the trip or whatever. Don't care about that. She makes him sleep in the other room. Cool, whatever. So the last scene is, them celebrating the commercial. And, everyone is dressed up and everything. Excuse me. Nene meets Portia's new man and everything. And Mal, she asks Phaedra pretty much like what's going on with her dating life right now, whatever. And, Phaedra lets her know, like, I'm just, I guess basically she just been chilling or whatever since Apollo been locked up and everything, this, that, and the third. Kenya comes over and tells them about, the guys grilling Matt and everything. And in the process of that, Matt, he goes over to Peter or whatever, and he was like, because Peter was playing pool or whatever. So, Matt was like, you should let me get a, shot at that or whatever. So, they went from there, whatever. They pretty much, made up or whatever. You know how guys do. It don't take y'all long to, get it together. But, Cynthia thanks everyone for the commercial, and she shades Kenya or whatever because, Kenya didn't participate. And that's when they bring up Chris or whatever, and they start saying all these good things in front of Kim's face about how Chris is funny and all this stuff, because apparently earlier, they talked about how Chris did Broadway and all this other stuff or whatever. So Sheree, she called him bullshit. And she was like, these bitches was just sitting up here talking shit about him last night or whatever and calling him gay and all this other bullshit. And now today they want to sit up here and say, say all these nice things about him. Not on my watch. And that's what Sheree was saying. Not on my motherfucking watch. So she lets it be known that it was a conversation had. And, basically letting Kim know that, everybody think your husband gay. That was the end of the episode. You guys tell me how you feel about it. Like I said, just, to talk about this situation a little bit. I do feel like the conversation that they had that night before was inappropriate. It was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all sit up here and constantly talk about people coming from y'all marriages, but then y'all want to sit up here and come at the new person's marriage or whatever, the new person in the group's marriage. Now, don't get me wrong, I done been, up and down as far as Chris's sexuality and everything. I just don't know. I mean, either way, if he is, it don't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But, why are y'all being like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? But I guess we'll get more into it next week. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. I'm sorry this review is 24 minutes long. But, yeah, I will see you guys in a few for, the Potomac Girls. Peace.